Today on CityLine, a place to grow and the resources to do it. The group's helping people succeed here in Massachusetts. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jessica Brown. Innovation often starts with collaboration, and the Massachusetts Convention Center Authority offers space for people and groups to come together. It operates the Menino Convention Center, Hines Convention Center, and other facilities throughout the state. And joining me now is John Barros, Interim Executive Director of the Authority. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to talk about this. We have a lot coming up that we'll get to. We know you were appointed to this role earlier this year. Over the past few months, what have you learned about being in this role and building community?
Yeah, well, first I came in on a really busy year, so I needed to sit down, talk to people, hear from people. And what I found was an amazingly competent and dedicated staff, first and foremost, with a really full calendar. So they've been doing amazing work for a long time. There are people there who know what they're doing, spend a lot of time there. It's a 24/7 operation, so you can imagine. So we have a really strong core business at the convention center, and we have a lot of business at the convention center. So we have the calendar full through 2029. We have events in 2045, right, coming to Boston. Wow. So it's pretty exciting.
You know, you think about how busy this year is, but you're right, even just years down the road, there's so much coming up. You're bringing a certain vision to the MCCA. What do you hope to accomplish in terms of economic impact and community responsibility?
You know, when the governor gave me a call and started talking about economic mobility, started talking about making sure more people can participate, more neighborhoods can be part of this throughout the Commonwealth, more gateway cities, that was exciting. You know, so I've been doing economic mobility for a very long time, and to be able to make sure that supplier diversity at the MCCA is top of line, to make sure that we have a really diverse staff, that we have young people being trained and groomed to come into the business. The hospitality industry is our third largest industry in the Commonwealth and growing. And so it's really important that in Boston that our neighborhoods can all participate. In Springfield, that everyone feels a part of it, and that there are families that are, you know, better financially secured because of the kinds of economic activity that we're drumming up.
You know, I know you took over the authority during, you know, a tumultuous time. Marcel Vernon was forced out after about a year of leading the organization. Vernon was accused of spending thousands of dollars on travel, but he says he was forced out as retaliation for exposing deep problems. How are you moving past the controversies of your predecessors and working to move things forward?
There is so much forward at the MCCA in terms of our calendar this year, in terms of, you know, events that are planned decades and decades ahead. There is no way we can't focus on that, right? There's so much excitement of what we can do at the MCCA, and so making sure that, for instance, making sure this summer, when we report out this summer, that there is participation by women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, local businesses, that people feel like they're a part of it, that our staff reflects the people that are coming and the people who live here, right? And so, you know, the board has been super supportive of my leadership and the changes that we need to make. So I'm feeling excited about where we are and where we're going.
Speaking of changes, renovations are currently underway at the Hines Convention Center in Back Bay. The authority is investing more than $100 million in that building over the next 5 years. So what changes are being made, and what's the vision for this space?
Yeah, the Hines is such an important institution in the Back Bay, right? It's an important economic generator. But it was built in the 1960s, right? And remodeled in 1988, and it needs a refresh, it needs a repositioning. And so going in and working with the local stakeholders, business leaders, residents in the Back Bay to make sure that the Hines today is the Hines where it needs to be. The MCCA, between the Menino Exhibition and Convention Center and the Hines, was able to bring $1.25 billion of economic activity into the Commonwealth. That's what the Hines means to the Back Bay. That's what the Hines means to Massachusetts. We were able to drum up in 2024 $63 million in taxes, right? And so to not invest in those assets, that's what we have, that's what we do, right? We host. To not invest in those assets, to have antiquated mechanics and not have the technology we need is a crime. It's a crime for what we're trying to generate and a crime for the mission we're trying to complete.
We know it's a busy time of year for you guys. You recently hosted thousands of athletes for the annual Boston Marathon Expo at the Heinz, right? So there's a lot more ahead, as you've mentioned. What are some of the big upcoming events that you're getting ready for?
Well, this year is a phenomenal year to be in this position, and we have the World Cup coming to the U.S., coming to Boston. That's super exciting. We also have the Tall Ships, which is amazing, all within the backdrop of celebrating 250th year of our country, right? And so the excitement, the events, the energy, and so really this is an opportunity for us to make sure that we can showcase the best of the cradle of our country, right? The best of Boston to people who are here, but people who are coming. So we project at least 2 million people showing up to our state. So we got to host them, and we got to help them spend and leave a good physical impression on our state.
Yeah, absolutely. Preparations for all of those events require a lot of work and a lot of time. You guys have been prepping for this for a long time, though, for all of these events coming our way, especially this year.
Yeah, I think we have. I've been in the seat though for 3 months, right? So I've just been running to catch up, and it's exciting where we are. It's exciting that, in fact, we have a plan that I think will include, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, and help other neighborhoods participate that typically don't participate, to make sure when people land in Massachusetts that they can find, when a tourist from Haiti comes to the United States to visit for the Haitian Games, where do you find Haitian cuisine? Where do you find a Haitian community? Right. When a tourist from Norway shows up, what does that look like? Scotland, what does that look like? And so we're having those conversations in a way that includes our diversity being our strength, right? And making sure we can showcase all of that, and that people are participating and supporting and buying from our local businesses.
Another big event that could soon be on your plate. Democratic Party officials are currently visiting potential, convention sites for 2028. The finalist cities, Boston, Atlanta, Chicago, Denver, and Philly. What can you share about the process?
Look, what I can share is that it's got to be Boston, right? How do they pick anybody else? I mean, we're excited. We're excited to be part of that, and I know that the conversations locally are, a buzz. People are excited about this. There's clearly some kind of hosting that will be happening with people coming to see our city. And so we all got to be at our best at all times. But Boston's got a lot to showcase. Boston has a lot to showcase. And so if, I in fact am saying that we are, sort of in a really good position to try to win the DNC. All
right, John Barros, we appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Helping kids overcome barriers to access life-changing resources. How Celtic star Jaylen Brown is bridging the opportunity gap with his mom at the helm.